We're gonna do introduction.
Oh shit, we back. You already know what it is. It's part two. I ain't named the episodes yet.
Okay, okay.
It's part two. I ain't named the episodes yet,
What's
but
going on, part two?
y'all know what it is. I
It
think this is more of a relationships 101, 102, and then
is.
we might do
It is.
and we
Yes.
may do 103. I think that's what this shit basically is. I think we just get into the core issues that we feel like maybe why relationships ain't lasting, man. I think it's a shame, man. Like nowadays, like I look at my grandma, her and my granddad was married for a minute. They got divorced, but like relationships don't last as long as they do. I feel like you dumping kids off in a woman and then everybody leaving, and then you leaving women to be single with kids with no fathers. You know what I'm saying? Fathers ain't had no guidance. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like
True.
it's like if I can help break the cycle or talk to somebody that can help break the cycle, I just really want it to end. You know what I'm saying? Like I love seeing black love, bro. It just
Me too.
it
Me
is
too.
it is it's
Something about that. Oh, I love seeing it.
you know what I'm saying? I love seeing the smile on my woman's face every morning she wakes up when she looks over at me. She over there laughing. But you know, I love seeing that. I love her wanting me to cook for her. I love, you know, showing her new experiences. You know what I'm saying? You know, that I feel like this type of shit don't exist no more. You know,
Exactly.
but you know what? It lives over here,
Oh yeah.
and we gonna keep that shit going. You know, but like I said, this is part two to relationships 101. Last thing I think the last one we touched on was communication and accountability. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like
Absolutely.
those topics were expressed very definitively. I ain't gonna try to talk like Ti, but I'm smarter than I look. All right. Uh, they were talked about very definitively. I feel like we hit some key points on that. But Auntie, aka
Auntie.
y'all know what it is. She coming with some more topics. I'm gonna let her run the show, because this her shit, my platform, but her topics. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like
Yes, sir.
she
Yes, sir.
tackles them to a T all the time. So let's get to going, Auntie. What you got?
Okay, okay. Yeah, let's get to going. Okay, like he said, we just talked about on the last episode communication.
Mm-hmm.
That is the foundation
Mm-hmm.
from everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else is null and void.
Yeah.
So we want to touch on now selfishness and self-centered. And I wrote a question of, does selfishness or self-centered ever have a place in relationships? And as a whole, I would say no.
Mm-hmm.
I would say no. A relationship consists of two people.
Mm-hmm.
How can you be selfish when there's another person there? Once you decide to be in a unit with somebody,
Mm-hmm.
you have to be mindful
Mm-hmm.
of the needs and concerns of the other person.
Yeah.
The minute you neglect that responsibility, that's going to be what you all always say, I don't want no drama. You're going to get drama
Yeah.
if you neglect somebody else's concerns and what they feel like they need.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're trying to do, we on this podcast and the ones that we're going to do even in the future, we're trying to find solutions.
Mm-hmm.
So feel free to send something or send us some questions or you guys thoughts, because we want to get to the bottom of this, because like he said, black love is struggling right now. It's like we're in a battle with each other or something.
Yeah.
We can't even talk to each other without us both bashing each other and getting, and I don't understand it. I don't know what it is, because this is not God's original design. This
Mm-hmm.
is not how we're supposed to dwell. So this topic about being selfishness, I think, is very important. Selfishness is when you think about self. You're in a relationship and you don't think of the best interest of the unit
Mm-hmm.
nor the other person.
Mm-hmm.
And you have no mindset to protect the other person's feelings or concerns.
Mm-hmm.
You are worried about what you want as far as to secure what makes you happy.
Yeah.
Well, you can't leave the other person out.
Mm.
So again, communication is the key. Some people don't want to have to succumb or submit to the other person. We're
Mm-hmm.
supposed to submit to each other in love.
Mm-hmm.
So the things that you need, I'm supposed to adhere to. The things that I need, you're supposed to adhere to.
Mm-hmm.
If it's something that we can't obtain or do,
Yeah.
we got to communicate
Yeah.
and find a happy medium to find a solution.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
can't just leave that person hanging.
All the
Now, I'm one of those people, they say I argue a lot. Or I'll be battling men or something. I
Mm-hmm.
say, no, I don't battle them. I'm trying to understand the logic in trying to run this thing like you're the only one there. So I want you, Scott, to tell me
Go ahead.
um, the mindset of a man. I mean, it's certain things we'll try to come to you guys and bring to you your concern.
Mm-hmm.
And we have the fellas out there that just really don't want that community. I don't want to talk. Y'all talk too much. I don't want to hear that.
Okay.
So how do you address that when we can't voice our concern without you saying it's arguing?
Okay. So I I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't relate to that because I feel like anytime my girl, if it's meaningful and important, when she brings some shit to me and it's serious or that, I feel like most of the time I am the, like I said before, I am the head. I don't want my girl worrying about shit. She can openly communicate with me about anything. Am I wrong about that, babe? Or have you ever had an issue with anything like that with me? Or she gets whatever she needs and whatever she wants most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, finance, whatever, maybe mentally,
Yeah.
financially, any of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, ask me that question again. That's what I had to say on that. Ask me one more time. What?
I said if a person voices a concern,
Mm-hmm.
if your person voices a concern to you,
Mm-hmm.
and I know we mentioned beforehand about presentation of it,
Mm-hmm.
our posture.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to be loud. We don't want to be demanding, nothing
Mm-hmm.
like that. If she comes to you sincere
Mm-hmm.
and tries to express a concern,
Mm-hmm.
why would you then shut her out because it's something you don't feel is important,
Well,
but it's important to her?
well, at that point, you're selfish. The relationship was never about her. I'm looking now. I'm just looking if somebody was just asking me that question, like, what I'm having this problem. That relationship is not about y'all. It's about you, and it's only about what you can gain from it. Now, me personally, um, I want y'all to take notes on this. If a girl if a woman has been coming to you about a particular thing, she's been sincere about it, and you're not either trying to change that, you're not trying to work on that, you're not trying
Yes,
to
sir.
at least adhere to what she's saying, and I hope that word goes with what I'm saying. You can't get mad at that woman if she decides to look out otherwise and explore better options. And then you want to sit back and get mad and bash that woman for doing what she did to you. Well, nigga, she been trying to talk to you for the last 6 months about a particular subject. And you just felt ignored it. You didn't care about it. You was all about yourself. Hold on. Now I'm about to go switch it back to
Let's go.
to the woman.
Let's go.
Everybody knows. People always want to know, baby, do you mind if I talk about this? I'm gonna talk about it. People always want to know about my last relationship. They always want to know, Scott, what happened? Y'all seem so happy. Y'all was always doing this. Y'all was always doing that. Guess what? I wasn't happy the last 6 months of that fucking relationship. All them trips that you seen that I went on, wasn't happy on them. All them
Mm.
pictures that you seen me in, wasn't happy in that.
Mm.
Because you know what? That relationship was about that person.
Mm.
Them clothes that you seen thrown over that balcony, that was her.
Mm.
That's what she did. You know, what I'll say to that is that what I'm getting to, because I don't want to bash the woman, but really I don't give a fuck about it. You know, I don't. But that was probably one of the most selfish relationships that I've ever been in.
Mm.
Nothing about that relationship was about me.
Mm.
Everything that I'm doing now, everything that I've obtained now, what I tried to obtain in that year and a half relationship, I got it in 4 months by myself.
Mm. Mm.
Me starting my podcast back
Mm.
up, me wanting to sell food, me wanting my Blackstone, me wanting my deep fryer. Now I may sound a little selfish, but you have to realize I spent a year and a half being unselfish towards somebody who didn't give a fuck about me. So I have to say that. But I tried to communicate that shit effectively.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to be nice about it. I tried to
Mm-hmm.
do it this way. I tried to.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes people have tunnel vision and you can't be mad at them. The only thing that you can do is that you have to be able to catch that shit early enough. That's what you have to do. You can't keep ignoring how a person acts just because you have feelings for them. Because people will take advantage of those feelings. And they'll prey on
Exactly.
them and they'll tap dance on them until you ain't got nothing left for yourself because you didn't gave it all away to them. So that's what I can say to it.
Exactly. Well, you know what? A selfish natured person
Yeah.
always makes withdrawals.
Mm-hmm.
They never deposit.
Whatsoever.
They never deposit. It's always something more
Mm-hmm.
they're needing or asking you to do,
Mm-hmm.
but they never make deposits.
Mm-hmm.
If you keep drawing money out of your bank account
That shit gonna
and
dwindle.
not making deposit, what's going to happen?
You ain't finna have no money. Period. You're gonna be broke.
If you keep driving your car without refilling the gas,
Mm-hmm.
what's going to happen?
You're gonna be running on fumes.
And then it ain't running. So the thing is, just like what you were saying, you are unhappy because there was no deposits. I read a very good book that I recommend that people read. It was called His Needs, Her Needs.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll get the author of that later. But it was a very good book. And it was speaking of making deposits into your significant other's
Mm-hmm.
love bank.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't monetary as far as money. It
Mm-hmm.
was in things you do, acts of service.
Mm-hmm.
It was physical touch. It was all of those things, your love languages,
Yeah.
being deposited back in the other person.
Yeah.
So everyone needs that reciprocation. You cannot have a relationship with one person focusing on themselves. That's
Mm-hmm.
selfishness,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, I know.
That's why you were unhappy. Now, you can ask him, did he wake up and say, gee, I want to feel unhappy today? No. It's something comes over you because you are with you're overdrawn and you don't have nothing else to even go on.
You want me to tell? Let me say this, just to even bounce back on that. You really want to know what happened when I said I was done? I'm gonna tell y'all this shit real quick. Can I say it, baby? You don't give a fuck if I say it, baby. She don't care. You really want to know what happened? It was Christmas shutdown at General Motors.
Okay.
I could have took the time to be off and spend time with my woman for 3 weeks.
Mm.
Do you know what I did instead? And I still would have got paid for not going to work. But I decided to go to work because I didn't even want to deal with that person.
Mm.
I went to work on first shift at General Motors, worked till 3 o'clock, got home, and I would leave and I would go get drunk
Mm.
just to not deal with that person.
Mm.
That's what I did.
Wow.
That's what I did. And then you want to know how I left? I tell you how I left. I'll say this too. A lot of women and a lot of men, some of y'all talk yourself out of fucking relationships. You talk yourself out of it, meaning you run your mouth. I got out of that literally New Year's Day, New Year's Eve.
Mm.
The ball dropped. But when I say you talk yourself out of relationship, this person told me, "Oh, I'm not going into New Year's like this. If we ain't finna be good, then you can just wah. Noted.
Mm.
January 2nd, it was probably a week after that.
Mm.
You know what I did? I came home. I said, hey, remember you said you wasn't going into the year 2024 like this?
Mm.
I got an apartment. This ain't working for me.
Mm.
I can go stay at my dad's for a week or I can stay here. Which one you want me to do?
Mm.
But you really want to know what's crazy? The moment I stopped depositing money into that bank account, she said I could stay. The moment I stopped depositing money into that joint bank account, oh no, you got to go.
Mm.
Want to stay with my dad for 5 days.
Mm.
Now you see me where I'm at. But see, that's how I knew. You talking about selfish? That's how I knew what
And
the
you know what? You was already at that point, actually. So all it took
was.
was just a tip the iceberg over.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it took.
Yeah.
So when she opened up,
Mm-hmm.
remember life and death in the power of the
Yeah.
tongue.
Yeah.
You know, I used to then understand what silence is a virtue really meant.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of, I think, the best weapons that we have in some cases. Some battles, and you know I've told you this at
Mm-hmm.
work. I said some battles ain't worth giving that energy. It's not worth it.
She's had to check me a couple times.
Yeah, I said it ain't worth that.
Yeah.
It ain't worth. You got a nice day going on,
Mm-hmm.
and you know we talk to everybody there.
Mm-hmm.
You got a nice day going on. Is it worth it destroying it over some? Hey, I saw that you did this the other day, and I didn't think that was. Is that worth it? And you having a good day today? It's not even worth it.
At all.
If it's not something that's consistent, that's happening over and over, when it repeats itself, now it has crossed over to disrespect.
Mm-hmm.
When it repeats itself. But if it's some that, even if it happened once or another time, every blue moon, it ain't even worth it. It ain't even worth destroying the atmosphere over. So by that being said, selfishness is like a slow poison.
Mm-hmm.
That you didn't just wake up and say, I want out. You
No.
know, it was a long. I remember looking at him at work, and I could tell by his face because I know how I'm looking,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, man, Scott, you just get tired of being sick and tired. Didn't we say that?
Mm-hmm.
You just get tired, and I told him, I said, you get tired of pleading with someone, telling them your concern over and over and over and over again, and they have not moved. So it's building, 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 building. I was looking at his face and he was just like, I'm tired. I was like, me too. We just tired.
flat out, man.
We flat out tired.
Yeah, and I want to let everybody know too. I don't say that shit to bash nobody. I'm
Mm-mm.
just really like giving you my experiences. At this day and on, me and that person, we ain't the best of friends, but I can't have no hate in my heart. What I did was I learned from that situation and I moved on. I just want people to know, like, if you are experiencing these type of things, you're not fucking dreaming. It's happening, and
That's the truth.
it ain't gonna do nothing but get worse. So what you need to do, I'm not saying be selfish, but also look out for yourself. That's what you need to do. I'm not saying be selfish. I'm saying if you're in something, relationship, any ship, and you're not getting if if you feel like that energy is not being reciprocated, hit the pause button. When you pause, see how they act. See if it's the same energy. You know what I'm saying? That's all I had to say about
And
that.
you know what? And like you said, we talked about this earlier that no, selfishness shouldn't be welcomed into relationships,
Yeah.
but we all have some form of selfishness as far as to protect ourselves.
Yeah.
But we've come to that because of the way of the world.
Yeah.
When God spoke of it, he spoke of this as agape love.
Mm-hmm.
When you get married and you with your person, that means if I give all to you and you give all to me, nothing selfish. We're
Mm-hmm.
both receiving 100% of each other unconditional.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we don't have to worry about that. The way of the world has made us have to obtain a slight bit of selfishness because we have to protect ourselves from deception.
Mm-hmm.
People saying one thing and doing something else.
Mm-hmm.
They sending a representative and know they foul. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They know they're foul. And they know they don't have the right intentions.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have to be selfish to a certain extent,
Mm-hmm.
like you said.
You have to. In the beginning stages, I feel like you can't. Once you know this person is for you, or these people are for you if they're friends, and you know that they're for you, you know that they got your back. Like, I thought Babe will have a problem with. I still talk to my old brother. I still talk to my old brother. I still talk to my old brother-in-laws. Like, you know what I mean?
Me
Like,
too.
we still cool. But when I went to the hospital from work, wasn't no ambulance. My brother-in-law came and got me. When my truck was acting silly, I'm dropping people off at work. My brother, not my brother, my old bro-in-law came and got me.
Mm,
So you know what I'm
mm,
saying? So if
mm-hmm.
it serves, if I know I can count on him, he can definitely count on me. Even if that means he asked me to move the other day. You know, he had to move more than some other stuff, but I wasn't going to other people. But I helped him. He needed me, I
Mm-hmm.
got him. If you need me, I got you. I'm gonna always look
Mm-hmm.
out for you.
Mm-hmm.
But if the shit don't serve me, where I feel like, damn, only time you call me is when you want to go to the bar or you want to do
See,
this.
building good
Building
relationships.
good relationships. I remember I used to date somebody. The only time the motherfucker would call me is when she asked me for something. I was like, don't you got a baby daddy or something?
Okay, let me ask you this then.
Go ahead.
Do you think that a person can be good but not good for you?
Of course. Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Yep.
I think we've all dated some people that were good but not good for us. But I think timing is everything too.
Mm-hmm.
I think one thing about this, I think this happened at the right time. This happened at the right. She came, and I'm gonna say this to y'all too. She's gonna be mad at me for saying this.
Oh my goodness.
If y'all really want to know, I never pursued Leia.
Oh Lord
Leia
have
pursued
mercy.
me, but I done had a crush on Leia for like 10 years, for real. But I think this happened at the right time though.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She came.
God, everything happens
She
for a
came.
reason.
She came in my life right when I needed
Mm-hmm.
her, and I wasn't looking at the time.
And you know what? When people come in your life, God placed people in your life. We still learning.
Mm-hmm.
She an individual, you an individual. You don't know everything about her. She don't know everything
Oh,
about
she
you.
hates my guts today.
Oh my goodness.
She hates them today. I done pissed her off 3, 4 times today, but
But
yeah.
she's open
Mm-hmm.
to work with you. And I just want to piggyback off that with the selfishness. Listen, ain't no such thing as bliss. You guys stop thinking that. Ain't no. I don't care how fine the man look or the woman. Ain't no such thing as bliss.
Mm-hmm.
Everything good in this earth, you have to work for.
Mm-hmm.
You have to work for. If you want a solid relationship or y'all want solid where there's no trust issue, you got to put in the work.
Yeah.
You have to put in the work. So, and that's on every level.
Mm-hmm.
So, selfishness does not have a place because it excludes the other person.
Yeah.
You can't do that and think you're gonna come home and have peace. How you gonna have peace? Where are you
You
gonna
gonna
have
have
peace?
peace. You might end up getting hit with a piece, a 3-piece with that bullshit.
I mean, it's no such thing.
Yeah.
It's no such thing. You're not going to have peace.
Yeah.
So you just can't be selfish like that. You have to be mindful of the other person
Mm-hmm.
and their concern. Now listen, if there's something you feel like you can't do or you don't want to do, I have a solution for you.
Yeah.
You need to stay single. When you by yourself, you ain't got to worry about it. End of discussion. Okay.
You like that, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
You like that?
Yes, get your
I
notepad.
need I need to figure them out.
That's your answer, sir, ma'am. Stay single.
Stay
Please stay
sick.
single. Guess what? It's people out there that's ecstatic to play that game with you. They
Mm-hmm.
don't mind. They don't mind being recreational with you here and there. That's the person you need to find. That's not how God wants this thing to go. But if you running your own life the way you feel like you want to,
Yeah.
that's your answer. Stay single.
Cause I'd be damned you get with me and run your life. Like how
You
you
can't ask for a partner and try to act single or live single.
It ain't happening.
So what the other person gonna do? Go in the broom closet? What they gonna do? Be on the shelf until you ready to play with or pick them up? Or what they gonna do? Sit there until you ready to act right today? What they supposed to do?
Just be dumb, huh?
Yeah, be dumb. And guess what? They 80 years old, go to their grave. They ain't had none in their life sitting around fooling with you. Sir, ma'am, please be single. Be single.
Yeah, and I'm gonna say this because I think this is shit. I mean, I don't need to say that. I think selfishness is when you're not healed and you get into something with somebody and you
Mm-hmm.
place your past traumas onto them, and they didn't have nothing to do with your past. I think that's very selfish. So also, if you are gonna be selfish, like you said, stay single.
Please.
But if you ain't healed, please stay single. Please stay single. Find your motherfucking self. For, find yourself. Some people, some people ain't meant to go through breakups. Tyree said it the other day. You ain't meant to go through breakups and be alone. But some of y'all need it.
Yeah.
Like
Oh yeah.
really need it.
Oh yeah.
Because motherfuckers done did numbers on some of y'all.
Mm.
And I'm not talking about my exes. I'm talking about the shit.
Damaged goods.
I'm talking about the shit that I see on Facebook. That's the shit I'm talking about.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah. And another thing too, this ain't got nothing to do with selfishness. Keep all your business off Facebook.
Please, please, sir,
Keep
ma'am.
all your bad business off
Please.
Facebook. I don't need to know that your nigga dick don't work. I don't
Oh
need to know that
Lord,
your
have
girl pussy
mercy.
stink.
Oh my
I don't need
goodness.
to know that your nigga been cheating on you and you've been staying there the whole time. I don't need to know that your nigga be at his wife's house. I don't need to know
Oh
none
my
of that
goodness. We
shit.
gotta clean up, guys. We gotta clean this
I
earth
I don't
up.
I don't need to know that your baby daddy don't take care of
And
his
we out
kids.
here foul.
I don't need to know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, show me some good shit. A lot of y'all do anybody have anything good going on?
Positive.
Any,
I'm telling you.
anything have like you really want to know? I'm gonna tell y'all this, and this ain't got nothing to do with selfishness. I had the best honestly, I had the best fucking day ever today. Like
Good.
like quiet as kept, I want a family. Like for real. But sometimes, man, hey, sometimes what you pray for, you better be ready for that
You
shit.
better be ready for
But I had like the best.
it.
I had the best day ever. We spent the night with each other last night. I got to brag on her. I'm always gonna do that. We spent the night.
Good. That's refreshing,
We
actually.
spent some time last night. Went to a good breakfast. Went and picked the kids up. Went to the Y. Swam. Had some family time. You know what I'm saying? Enjoyed the kids' company. That shit was like dope as fuck. Like I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man.
Mm,
If
mm.
if if you got kids and you ain't trying to be a family with them niggas, y'all niggas don't know what y'all missing out on, bro.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
a lot of these men, what I do have to say about this, because this is a two-part thing, because we're gonna go into this too, because this has to do with relationships with your partner and with your children. Y'all are missing out on a
Oh
lot,
my
bro.
God.
Y'all are
Really?
missing out on a lot,
Really?
bro. Especially like a man like me, I don't have kids, bro. So anytime that I can hang around them, because kids is young and impressionable. What you show them is only what they know. If you put them in a good environment,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
they
Oh
will
yeah. They
prosper like a
thrive.
motherfucker.
They
They
thrive.
thrive like a
They need
motherfucker, but
that.
you have to show them that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you and the mom don't get along, find out a way to fix that shit, bro. Because I guarantee you she would really love to have. And I'm not talking about my girl. I was just stuff that I see. I'm
Yeah.
not talking about
But
my
that's
relationship.
that's worldwide.
Yeah, like it
That's
needs
all
to,
over.
like, cause it like needs to happen. Y'all niggas is
Yeah.
missing out on something. But also treat your kids well, provide for them. Now I'm a double back on that because I feel like kids today, I'm not talking about nobody's in specific, but
Mm-hmm.
just an observation that I've seen amongst
Mm-hmm.
children.
Mm-hmm.
They're not grateful of anything. There's very few
No.
kids that I've seen that are grateful. Your daughter's,
They're not trained to be
yeah,
grateful.
your daughter's very grateful. Like I like that.
Sometimes.
Some Nattles, she's very grateful. I like she's a good kid, but a lot of these kids are entitled, bro. And
Mm-hmm.
you know, I said something yesterday. I feel like the only reason these kids got it good is because we had it bad.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
literally feel like that. Like you didn't have to boil no pots of water to fucking for your
Exactly.
gas, or you didn't have to do this, or you know what I'm saying. You wasn't food, but like I'm just saying, y'all ain't got to go through none of that. but then y'all feel like I got to give
Exactly.
like, so what I did was give you the life that I never had. But like,
Right.
I feel I don't even hear kids.
But if you think about it, look what's around them. Look at what they're being influenced by.
Yeah.
They turn on the tube, all they see fancy car and all what do you think they're looking
So it's
at?
not the kids, it's what they see.
It's what the environment they're in.
So do you think that? See, now that I never.
This internet
Yeah.
has ruined. Okay, let me ask you this: how many kids do you see go outside, jump rope, and just do social stuff with kids? Learn how to overcome disagreements, obstacles, have fun, laugh with each other, play physical. You know, how many do y'all see?
I don't see that often.
Okay, where they at? Look. Oh, he called me ugly. Well, look. Hey, Jojo, look what I put about him. You fat, you ugly, and you black, and you dumb. Nah, hey, now I'm finna block them. This what they see. This what they see. So how are they going to duplicate some positive when they looking at something negative all day long? Take their phones or devices from them and see won't they rise up against y'all.
So that was my next question. So do you feel like creating a what do they call it? Like a media block when they get out, like, like a media, like basically you only get your phone.
We have to deprogram them and get them back into that. That goes back to family.
Mm-hmm.
And to get a strong family, again, you can't have selfishness.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
You got to build your family back. Okay? Once you build your family, once they see it's fun when we go outside and play. Sometimes I play with the kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I teach the kids at my church, and then we do like different little programs outside and different things with the kids, and we have fun.
Yeah.
Make them race, relay racing. I mean, they sit on the computer 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. That's all they do. Eat and go to sleep. They're ruining their bodies. They're ruining their minds. They don't have social skills. That's why when somebody make them mad, they could come into school with AK-47 and kill everybody. They don't know how to overcome anything. They're not learning skills amongst each other, which are human skills.
Mm-hmm.
How you gonna be sociable when you're not even talking to humans? You talking to everybody online. You think you talking to your friend Junebug, and you talking to a grown man or grown. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Deception. We got to take them off of that. They can't be on that all day long. It was a little girl. They murdered their mother because she took their phones from them. It was online. Took their phones and they got mad and murdered their mother. They that attached. That's demonic. They that attached to a phone where they didn't want their mother. They have a breakdown when you take their devices. So again, we being selfish, thinking about ourselves. We losing our children. We losing our husbands. We're losing our communities.
Mm-hmm.
We losing financial support and jobs because we don't have social skills to even know how to get a job. Because we selfish. We want instant gratification. Me at the moment. I'm going to do this, get this, fall out, go to sleep, drunk, get up, hey, he, ha. You got to have more than that. You selfish.
Mm-hmm.
You think about yourself. You coming in here passed out on the floor and your kid getting bullied at school and they don't know what to do because they can't talk to you and they go and commit suicide. Because you ain't said 2 words to them.
She has brought selfishness to a whole broad
spectrum. For real, because it spins to that. It spins to that. Somebody being selfish. Yeah. Thinking about themselves. Again, be single. Sir, ma'am, please be single. Don't have no kids or nothing to bring them in this mess. Be single and play all day.
Also, come healed.
Yeah.
Come healed.
Yeah.
What time? What are we looking at as far as time? We at 34 minutes.
Want to close it out?
Let's close it out.
Okay. So, as far as being selfish, we're going to come to the conclusion. Look, guys, we got to do better. You can't be selfish. Even if you have a little piece of selfishness that you feel like you can't detach from, we got to learn how to focus on the family as a whole, as a unit, and whoever you with.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be mindful of the other person.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't want to do that, that's fine. If you can't do that, that's fine.
What should you do though?
You should be single. And your ending thoughts.
My ending thought was based off selfishness. I think you kind of took the words out of my mouth. Man, stop being selfish. Stop thinking about yourself. Think about your family. Think about your kids. Think about what you can do better for your family and for your kids. You know, be patient. What they say, love is kind.
Love is kind,
Love
love
is
is
patient.
patient.
Like, really, really, like, take heed to that. I think a lot of us have missed. We have missed our partner, our calling, or whatever, just by being selfish. You know, I'm not going to be too cynical or whatever, or trying to
Mm-mm.
get too deep or any of that, because I done gave y'all enough. Y'all like this episode? Subscribe, and share on YouTube or on Apple Play Podcast or on Facebook. Please,
Yep, we welcome your feedback, please.
we do. Have a good one.
All right.